Undecided. There's still no winner in the battle to determine who leads the Texas House. We examine how Republican leaders are putting pressure on their members and how Democrats are trying to influence the decision. Texas law abolished most diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in higher education. We sit down with the senator who led the effort to ban DEI, why he says lawmakers have more work to do. A deadly crash into a hospital sparks change in the law. We'll look at one city's new plan to protect people.
Produced from the Capitol in Austin and airing statewide, this is the award-winning State of Texas.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Dylan McKim. There's an ongoing battle to determine the next Speaker of the Texas House. It's one of the most influential positions in Texas politics, and it sparked a bitter fight that's dividing Republicans. Tensions rose last weekend when the Republican caucus met to choose its Speaker nominee. Representative David Cook declared victory Saturday afternoon after he won on the third ballot. That vote came after more than 20 supporters of Representative Dustin Burrows left the meeting. A few minutes later, Burrows announced that he would be the next Speaker. He released a list of 76 supporters, a mix of Democrats and Republicans, that he says gives him the votes necessary to become Speaker. But despite both Burrows and Cook declaring victory, it's not clear either man has enough support to win. Governor Abbott weighed in on social media, posting, quote, "We need a Texas House Speaker chosen by a majority of Republicans in accordance with the Republican caucus rules," end quote. Another key player in this battle is Abraham George. He's the chairman of the Texas Republican Party. I spoke with him about why the party is supporting Cook and how the party could punish Burrows along with members who choose to back him.
Our rule, the state party rules, mandate that the speaker candidate get elected from the caucus itself, and the caucus rules mandate that every Republican get behind the nominee from the caucus. So David Cook is the nominee for the Republican Party at this point.
Yeah, and we talk about those caucus rules that all 88 members in the House should get behind David Cook since he won that caucus vote this past weekend. But that's not what's happening. We're not seeing that happen right now. And I've seen a lot on social media as to talk about, the House GOP or the GOP rules about censorship of members. Can you explain to us, I think it's Rule 44 in the Texas GOP rules, explain to us what that means to censure a member and what kind of penalties they could face if they go against the party here?
Well, I want to be starting by saying that we are not at this point censoring anyone. We put out a resolution over the weekend. The SREC was in session last weekend. So the Rule 44 allows the Republican Party to say, you're a Republican elected official and you're not doing what the Republican Party and the grassroots and Texas is asking you to do. And so you are in violation of our rules, our party platform, or priorities, and we can censor you. And if you end up having multiple censorships on your record, the party has the right to tell you you cannot run as a Republican in the next cycle. So it is a major issue for elected officials, and it also gives the grassroots a lot of power to say, who do we want to represent us?
Can you explain what tactics or what tools can the party use to prevent someone from running for the Republican ticket?
Well, the idea is to not to put people outside, take them out of the ballot. The idea is to make sure that party have some rights, some tool that will allow the party to push the Republican nominees, the Republican elected officials, to do the right thing. In Dustin Burrows' case, this is not a censure at this point. We don't know if it's going to be a censure. That will be decided by the county party CECs. Then the SREC, the state party Republican committee, comes together every quarterly, and they will make that decision. And if they direct me as the chairman of the party to say Dustin Burrows needs to be removed from the ballot, then that's my task. I have to go do that. These issues, we're going getting way ahead of where we are at today. Mm-hmm. So today our goal is to get the rest of the Republican House members to come and back David Cook, because that is the right thing to do, and to have Dustin Burrows to withdraw his nomination. And if he goes out there and gets support from Democrats and gets some support from some Republicans, we're going to look at it as a violation of our rules and also the caucus rules, and we will go into the censorships and ballot access and all of those things at that point.
Okay. Yeah, we saw the Governor Greg Abbott, and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick took to social media to kind of say, hey, Republicans need to back the GOP-sponsored candidate for Speaker. Do you think that will bring these other Republicans in line with the party?
I think some of them will reconsider their stand today and will go in and say, maybe I don't want to take on the entire Republican Party and the lieutenant governor and the governor and everybody else in the state of Texas who are conservatives. So we think that some of them will come to our side today or over the next couple of days.
The next House Speaker will be a Republican, but House Democrats could play a key role in picking the winner.
Who is going to do a better job for Texans? That's the question Democrats are asking.
We'll hear from the new head of the House Democratic Caucus about how the party's responding to Republicans in the race for Speaker.